Colombia's capital, Bogotá, is full of contrasts. Felipe Vergara is highly familiar with the yawning gap between the rich and the poor. Poor families here usually can't afford to provide their children with an education. That's why Felipe started his organization Lumni, to invest in education for Colombia's youth.
One of our main objectives with Lumni is to improve Colombia's human capital. We believe that if we develop human capital in our country, we can really strengthen Colombia and will generate so many more opportunities for everyone.
Felipe is constantly on the go, looking for investors to throw their weight behind Lumni. If they invest in the organization's funds, they can help students pay for an education. Today he's meeting with representatives of one of Colombia's biggest breweries. The Bavaria brewery is using its own foundation to help Lumni.
The private sector has a major responsibility to contribute to alleviating poverty, working in hand with the government and with organizations like Lumni, whose objective and whose mission is to benefit the communities most in need in the country.
The Bossa neighborhood is one of the poorest in Bogotá. For most families here, sending their children to school and university is too much of a financial burden. Francisco Ferrero runs a small store, giving him just enough money to feed and support his family. But it's not nearly enough to send his daughter to college. The family's small apartment is nearby. Studying is a luxury for most, but Paula has been given the opportunity. The 20-year-old student earned high marks and got a scholarship from Lumni. Now she's studying accounting.
My plans for the future are to be able to achieve a lot professionally. I don't just want to focus on getting a job at one company and working there as an accountant. I want to work for various companies and be independent so the job market is open to me. And I want to have a lot of experience.
And Lumni made that possible. Felipe Vergara founded the organization 10 years ago. He now has about a dozen co-workers who help him. They work in a small office complex in Bogotá and do everything from looking after students to drawing up financial structures and acquiring investors. Lumni is growing fast and now has offices in several Latin American countries.
I think I expect a lot from myself. I always thought that when we reached 2,500 students, I'd be satisfied. Now I am satisfied. But I always think we can do more and support more people. What I want most is to get to the day where we reach hundreds of thousands of students around the world.
After they've completed their degrees, Lumni students pay a percentage of their scholarship back, if they have a job and are financially capable. At this university in Bogotá, many of the courses take place in the evening because so many of the students have to work during the day, including Paula. Her degree will end up costing $4,500, a sum her parents could never afford. After she graduates, Paula wants to work and help improve conditions in Colombia. Educated, skilled professionals are sorely needed here. Felipe travels a lot, so while he's in Bogotá, he's taken the opportunity to visit a friend, a top banker who supports Lumni.
I think education is absolutely fundamental to developing Latin America, not just improving the education, but improving how young people are trained, so that they believe that through studying and striving, they can have a better future.
Felipe and his friend are working together to achieve that goal. He's hoping to expand his organization further and he's looking for investors to help support foreign exchange programs. His mission? To make education accessible to all.